Place your bets. Yeah, Jack Wagons. Brad the Big Noise Evans here on a solo mission. Nathaniel Lunda will be back with me on Tuesday. Yes, it's another edition of the Fade 5 podcast. So let's roll dirty right now on the old Hong Kong Plus Bus as we always kick off every single episode of the Fade 5 podcast. We're looking at wagers that are available plus 100 odds. That's even money for those that need to be in the know or greater at your favorite sports book. And we got a handful of NFL preseason games kicking off tonight. Most of them I won't remotely watch because why would I want to endure the torture and suffering of craptastic football? But however, there could be money to be made tonight. And on this two-legger, money line, all they got to do is win straight up. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers on leg numero uno, and I'm going to slap that together with the Denver Broncos. Again, money lines just need to win. Both those events occur plus 137 at DraftKings Sportsbook. Why do I like this deal? Towners. It's very simple. Mike Tomlin usually has his team playing at a pretty high level, and at least according to the low bar set in preseason action. You look at the history there, 37-24 straight up. Our Tomlin coach Steelers teams in the preseason, and over the last 5 years, Tomlin is 15-4 straight up in exhibition contests. You got Kenny Pickett, may get a series tonight. Mitchell Trubisky probably going to play, I would say, at least a quarter. You got Mason Rudolph too. All of these guys have oodles of starting experience, and that matters. And plus, you got the rookie Tanner Morgan. Hopefully, he's going to come in and not screw it up late in the fourth quarter in that cleanup action. Meanwhile, they're taking on Tampa Bay. And the one downside with this wage, the fact that Kyle Trask is probably going to get significant run in this game, is he is competing with Baker Mayfield for the starting gig in week one. So he may get a couple of quarters. Walford is the third stringer on this team, but just top to bottom, the roster depth certainly favors Pittsburgh to prevail. That's why I'm taking them on the money line. They look at the Broncos. They're at home. It's Sean Payton's first game as a head coach. I think he's going to want to start off on the right foot. Russell Wilson may play a series. Dowd will play 2 tonight. Jared Stidham is currently in a competition with Ben DiNucci for the backup role. But again, these guys have a lot of experience as NFL starters. And you're going against Arizona, who I have forecasted to be the worst team in the league this season. They may be lucky to win 4 regular season games. Colt McCoy, Clayton Tune. Sounds like a Broadway actor, but no, that's a guy that could be playing the backup role. The rookie for that team, David Blau, and Jeff Driscoll are your QB. So a gut feeling here. I think Denver finds a way to win. So Pittsburgh wins, Denver wins, plus 137. And we roll on the plus plus, hopefully with a winning wager. With that bet on the board, let's get after it with another edition of the 5. All right, numero 5 on the countdown today. Let's head to the Diamond, shall we, where there's actually some meaningful sports action occurring. And to kick things off on this two-legger, I'm going to go with Kyle Gibson over 17.5 ounce on the road against the Seattle Mariners. That's leg numero uno. And leg numero dos, Javier Asaad getting the start for the Chicago Cubs. North of the border in Canada, facing those Blue Jays. I say he goes for at least 2 walks, plus 170 at DraftKings. What I like Gibson, well, he has gone over this number in 6 of his last 7 games. So he's gone at least 6 innings. 6 times 3 is 18. Yes, that's over 17.5 ounce. Yeah, Seattle, middle of the pack, number 14 in total run scored the last couple of weeks, plating 56 dudes in 15 games. And Gibson, the last time he faced the Mariners, he got rocked. 3 innings is all he lasted. Gave a 5 earned in that one back on June 23rd. But he's been a pretty good pitcher, at least fairly solid on the road, indicative in that 3.95 road ERA. So again, Gibson, I think the trend will be thy friend. Give me that over on 17.5 outs. Meanwhile, Javier Asaad getting another start. He's had 2 this season. And in both starts, he has issued 2 walks and 2 walks. I think that trend will continue in this game. Overall, you look at Asaad in terms of the walk number per nine, based on balls per nine, is 4.19 this year. So he does have some control issues at times. Toronto, again, right down the middle of the road and walks percentage here last couple of weeks, number 16 in that category, earning a free pass 8.4% of their plate appearances. So again, I'll go with Asaad issuing at least a couple of freebies in this matchup in Canada. And I'm going to slap that together with Kyle Gibson on the over 17.5 outs. And it's at plus 170. Get seduced by that juice at DraftKings. Numero cuatro here on the Fade 5 podcast. Give me Bobby Witt Jr. for uno RBI against the St. Louis Cardinals, plus 120 at BetMGM. All of the reason you need to back this wager is just fading Adam Wainwright, who is trying to earn a career milestone, and I don't think he's going to get there. He needs a couple more wins to get, 200 or wherever it needs to be. But it has been a difficult task, to say the least, because he has been rubbish this year. And I think that's going to continue. It's a fairly light-hitting Kansas City team. But you look at Witt, one of the hottest sticks right now in Major League Baseball. He has driven in a run in 8 of his last 12 games. He's batting a ridiculous 420. Yeah, smoke it up. In his last 15 days to go along with 17 RBI during that stretch. Look at Wainwright, 7.81 ERA on the year. And the last time he faced Kansas City, 5 innings pitched, allowed 9 hits and 3 earned runs. That was back on May 29th. Now, Witt 0 for 6 lifetime against Wainwright, but he gets off the schneid. He consumes those donuts of the pass. It could be like a 4 for 4 kind of night. The BP pitcher that Adam Wainwright has become. So to recap, Witt for a ribby, plus 120 against St. Louis at BetMGM. Numero tres here on the countdown today of the Fade 5 podcast. I am going to drop a bizarre. It's going to detonate there on the immediate horizon. I'm not talking about in your local movie theater. I'm talking about on your small screen, because Alec Bohm's going to get the over on 1.5 total bases against the Minnesota Twins, minus 115, a little bit higher juice on a total base prop, but I'm paying it at BetMGM. It's all about picking on Dallas Keuchel, who I cannot believe is back on a Major League Baseball roster. To be fair, he had a decent showing in his return to big league action against the Arizona Diamondbacks, who are really firmly playing on the struggle bus right now offensively. But in that game 5 days ago, 5 innings pitch, did give up 8 hits, but only 1 earned run with a pair of walks. I don't think he's going to have similar success in his matchup tonight against the Philadelphia Phillies. Bohm has gone over 1.5 total bags in 6 of his last 8 games. And most importantly, Dallas Keuchel's a southpaw. What does Bohm do? He detonates against LHPs. 327 batting average on the season with a 950 OPS on top of that, batting 365 over the last 15 days. Kaboom! Alec Bohm boosts the bankroll on that over total bases against the Twinkies. All right, numero dos here on the Fade 5 podcast. Sticking with a total bases theme, and that's kind of going to be a theme, really, the rest of the show. Freddie Freeman, another cha-ching guy that's just cashing tickets early and often. Did so last night on total bases on, I believe it was his first or second at bat. Laced one down the right field line for a double. Could happen once again, and I say it does. I'll take the over 1.5 total bags against Colorado. That also at minus 115 at BetMGM. So maybe if you want to get a little parlay action, reduce the juice, and they get seduced by that juice. You could put that with Alec Bohm side by side and get a nice little price as a result. But Freddie Freeman, by himself, I think is going to hit this. He's done this in 8 of his last 10 games. And again, he, like Alec Bohm, is facing a LHP. That member is of the left-handers club is Austin Gomber tonight at Colorado Rockies. Now, Gomber's been pretty good away from the Mile High City. 3.59 road ERA this year. And he's been really good the last five. 2.47 ERA. That's it. But you look at the history that Freeman has against Gomber. He's faced him 7 times. He's laced 4 hits with a 1,714 OPS. He's homered. He's doubled in those 7 at-bats as well. And against LHPs as a collective, he's batting just 355 with a 1,137 OPS. So maximize the matchup. Freddie Freeman, make me some freaky money yet again tonight against the Pebbles. All right, numero uno on the Feed 5 podcast on this Friday. I think Kyle Tucker is going to make me a sucker to invest in him once again. Yeah, okay, I already did it. I'll take the over a 1.5 total basis. He's my top play against the LA Angels plus 115. Yeah, I worked those shoulders again at DraftKings Sportsbook. Similar to Alec Bohm, similar to Freddie Freeman, Kyle Tucker is going against a left-handed pitcher. That individual for the Halos is Reed Detmers, who has really struggled against left-handed hitters. He has given up a 312 batting average and a 900-plus OPS. So, you know, the lefty versus lefty matchup, a lot of people shy away from that, but I'm imploring you in this case to definitely play it because Kyle Tucker has lit up left-handers this year. 341 batting average with a 1,002 OPS. He's seen Detmers 14 times in his MLB career, has 5 hits with a double, just a 786 OPS because a lot of those hits have been of the single variety, at least 4 of the 5. But I think he gets a single, maybe 2. Hey, that's a winning ticket. Give me a double. That's also a winner. A triple and a home run. We're still counting our winnings. Kyle Tucker tonight. Again, he was gone over on the total base prop, and 7 of his last 11 games stays sizzling hot against the Angels and submits them to eternal damnation. So I'll take that over 1.5 total bases plus 115 at DraftKings. But wait, there's more. The Team Huevos Parlay play of the day. I can't leave without expressing that. And I'll have some additional picks here momentarily in bonus time. But the Team Huevos Parlay play of the day, I'm going to keep it simple. Just a 2-legger. And it's both on strikeout props tied to Chris Sale, who's off the 60-day IL in his first start against Detroit, and Luis Castillo, but going different directions here. Give me the over on Sale's K's, which is sitting at a very attractive 4.5 against Detroit, and then give me the under on Luis Castillo K's. That number much higher, 7.5 against the visiting Baltimore Orioles. Focusing in on Chris Sale real quick. A guy who's done this repeatedly this season when he has been on the mound. In fact, he's gone over this number in 9 of 11 starts this year. Probably going to be on a pitch count of some sort. I just need 75 pitches. That's it. If he gets into the 70s in that pitch range or greater, I think he is going to cash in on this leg. Again, he's done this in 9 of 11. Detroit, number 11 in strikeout percentage the last couple of weeks, King 23.6% of the time. And he already faced him. Did Sale, the Tigers, and he punched out 7 in that game way back on April 6th. He hasn't had a start since June 1st, but hopefully he's got to shake off the rust, knock off the dust, and pay up on this leg in the end on the over 4.5 Ks. Meanwhile, Luis Castillo, why do I like the under on him? Baltimore's really not striking out a whole lot. Last couple of weeks, just number 20 in strikeout percentage in Major League Baseball, King 22.2% of the time. And Castillo has been under 7.5 strikeouts in 8 of his last 10 starts. Now, the K per 9, much higher at home, 11.17. That's a couple of ticks higher than his overall K per 9 and just a 2.79 ERA. But I'm going to go with the trend. Not only tied to the Orioles, who are making a lot of hard contact here of late, even drawing more walks as well. And I'm also going to shy away from the 11 plus K per 9 and say he sticks with that under trend on the 7.5. I think Yar Shiver Me Timbers. Captain Hook could come into play here. So Sale over 4.5 strikeouts against Detroit. Castillo under 7.5 strikeouts against the O's. Plus 193. Oh, that's sexy there at DraftKings Sportsbook. Some additional plays here in bonus time. Let me get you an SGP on the board. The Milwaukee and Chicago White Sox matchup. This on three-legger, and it's not going to be the sexiest juice in the world, but I'm trying to build some bankroll here. Give me the Brew Crew on the money line. Give me Mr. Burns, Coleman Burns, for at least 6 strikeouts. Give me Michael Kopech, who's been a walks machine. I just need one free pass. All 3 of those legs hit plus 100 at BetMGM. So even money there. I feel really good about this. You look at Milwaukee. They're a team in their last 5 road matchups, just 1-4. So that may be a stark deterrent for you. But the White Sox, let me tell you on this, have dropped 12 of their last 17 games. They are on siesta. They're thinking about tea times right now in the Caribbean. They are a vacacion mode through and through, and I think that's going to be the case yet again tonight. Milwaukee in a division race. Cubs are breathing down their neck right now in the NL Central, and the Reds are still in it as well. They got to get a win against an inferior opponent. I think they will slam the door on the White Sox. Corbin Burns is a big reason why, and that's why I think he's going to strike out at least 6. The White Sox, the 7th highest strikeout rate in Major League Baseball last couple of weeks. And Mr. Burns on the road this season, 3.00, mighty fine ERA with a 9.48 K per 9. He has struck out at least 6 in a start and 5 of his last 7 turns in the rotation. And then finally, Michael Kopech. Dude needs to be wearing some, depends. He needs some adult diapers because he's got some serious control issues on the bump this entire season. A ghastly 5.60 walks per 9 mark on the year. He has issued at least 1 walk in 20 of 21 starts. Let me repeat that. In 20 of 21 starts, and Milwaukee's been top 10 consistently in walks percentage all season long, including the last couple of weeks. So to recap, Brewers money line. Burns, 6+ Ks, and Kopech, 1 or more walks, plus 100 there at BetMGM. And then finally, on this 2-legger, I just need a walk issued to Aaron Judge and a walk issued to Matt Olson of the Atlanta Braves. Both those guys earn that free pass, plus 164 at DraftKings. So that is a 2-leg parlay. Focusing on Judge, he's earned a walk in 4 consecutive games, going against Miami and Jesus Luzardo, who's been decent on the road, 2.42 walks per 9 mark. That's all he's issued, 2.55 overall, but that mark's a little bit higher against right-handed hitters, which Judge is at 2.97 walks per 9. And most importantly, he's trending in the wrong direction. I've been slowly circulating the drain here. A man that's got serious control issues, soiled himself repeatedly on the bump. 10 walks he has doled out here the last 4 starts. It's Judge. You're going to dance around the zone against him and treat him delicately. So as a result, I think he's going to exercise some patience and get me that free pass needed. Same story with Matt Olson, who's been a walks machine of his own, going against the New York Mets and Tyler McGill. And McGill this season, a 4.62 walks per 9 mark, but against left-handed hitters, which Matt Olson is, even higher, 5.05 base on balls per 9. Not only that, but Olson, he has gotten a free pass in 7 of his last 11 games. Guys are pitching around him or flat out not pitching to him. A couple of games ago, he had 2 intentional walks. So whether it's the traditional walk or the intentional walk, it doesn't matter. I like Judge to get a walk. I like Matt Olson to get a walk. Both those events occur plus 164 at DraftKings Sportsbook. I am out of time. Mi amigos, do me a favor. If you enjoy this podcast, drop us a rating and a review, would you kindly? Also follow us on the Twitter / the X. Gonna give it to you. Whatever you want to call it. I am at Noisy Huevos. He is at Nate Lundy. All of my free spreadsheet picks are there. Kind of down this week, about 3 units, close to 4, after a monster heater that I was riding last week. Please come back. Oh, that's a bad sign. I need the heater to burn brightly again, mi amigos. Maybe tonight, and hopefully on the selections that I argued on today's podcast. Again, Lundy does, like I said, does the same thing there at Nate Lundy. For the wonderful and handsome Nathaniel Lundy will be back with me on Tuesday. I'm Brad Evans. I am off to Canton, Ohio, the Kings Classic Draft and the Fantasy Football Expo. If you are attending, come say hi, share a beverage, maybe some other substances. And until next time, as always, feed or follow. That is up to you.